Ladies and gentlemen, what's rocking with you? We're gonna be going live with her. Oh snap! Appreciate that, Rick Mendez. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're gonna be going live with Alycia Baumgardner very shortly. There's a potential fight between her and her longtime rival Mikaela Mayer, so I just want to get the particulars in association with that out there. I've already sent her the link, and she should be on shortly. Appreciate that, Rich Mendez. Thank you very much, bro. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. And it's just a lot of stuff going on right now. People are still talking about the Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury heavyweight undisputed title fight. A lot of people are still waiting for that. I think that people in this generation lack a lot of patience. I noticed that, and it's because this generation, unlike my generation, we didn't grow up with the internet. You understand? Like, we didn't grow up with that. That wasn't a thing when I was a young boy or whatever, when I was a child. So a lot of people from this generation appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, George. I feel like a lot of people in this generation, they want everything now, which is why you could get several reports about the same story that's saying the same thing, but because people want news now, and they don't know how to wait. Oh, there she goes. All right, let me put her on right now.
Are we starting right now?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
So how you doing, Alycia? First question I wanted to ask you is how you doing, and how is the knee?
So I'm doing amazing, and the knee is just as good.
All right. Second question. When I saw the back and forth exchange between you and Michaela, the first thing that I wanted to ask is, when did you actually receive the offer from Top Rank to fight Michaela?
I would literally have to look through my email to find it, but it was a couple weeks ago. It was 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
All right.
It was a good enough time to say, hey, yes, and enough time to respond. So it wasn't just like it was yesterday, you know.
Yeah, because I wondered about it because all the reports up until this news broke between you and her, up until this news broke, the understanding that everybody had was that she was supposed to be fighting Maiva Hamadouche. That was the understanding that everybody had. So it took me, even though I kind of figured a little that something's going on, like, nah, she ain't gonna fight Maiva. I figured that, and I'm like, well, okay, if she doesn't fight Maiva, who's available? And I'm like, Alicia's available, Tiara's available. At first, I thought maybe they call Melissa Saintville too, but then I saw, all right, Melissa got a fight date on UFC Fight Pass, so it ain't gonna be her. That basically makes it you and Tiara. So I'm like, well, they might pick Alycia. Why? Because they're gonna try to catch her slipping. That being said, what do you think about the timing of the offer?
I think the timing of the offer, this offer now.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect. I think it's just enough time to be ready for a fight. The last time they offered me a fight, it was 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Not enough for a camp. Not enough to give me my respect. I think that was disrespectful. But this time, I'm like, oh yeah, we got more than enough time. There's no excuses. So yeah, this time is good. The time frame's perfect.
Yeah, because I see that you don't mind the time frame, but when I saw it, I thought it's a little opportunistic. This is just me, nobody else. I thought it was opportunistic of them because you hadn't had a fight since December of 2019, and you was coming off the surgery. Do you feel like they offered you to fight on that premise that they trying to catch you slipping?
Most definitely. I think their whole game plan is to give Michaela an easy way out. Let her, again, short reward, right? To give her something that ain't challenging for her. So why not ask Alycia? She's been off. She just had knee surgery. This is perfect for you. This is perfect. And it's like, little do you know, like, I'm good. I've been training. I've been in the gym. I've been recovering. So I got nothing but time on my hand to just sharpen my skills and, be the best that I can be.
Okay. Now, after receiving the offer, what was your initial reaction? Did you have to think about it, or you was like, yes, I'll take the fight as soon as they offered it to you?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, this is hell yeah. I was like, yeah, it was a hell yeah for me.
How do you evaluate Michaela as an opponent? Like, what do you think of her strengths and her weaknesses?
I think the only strength that Michaela has is maybe look, I gotta think about
You can't say nothing nice about that girl, man.
I'm trying to think. I really am. You know, I don't know.
I mean, all right. Let me add to it. I'll say.
Okay, look. She got a decent jab, but it ain't my jab. I've seen her fights. You know, the commentating. You know, Michaela got a good jab. You know, she moving. She fights like an amateur to me. So I've seen that style. I've been in amateurs, obviously. So she got a decent jab, but it ain't my jab.
I would say I think she has a very good jab. I think she has a very good one too. She has a good right hand. I'm not going to say it's the strongest right hand at 130. It's a good right hand. She can land it. I'm kind of like this about her power. I don't know because Eva took a lot of clean shots and she took the shots.
She ain't got power.
You don't think she has power?
I don't think she has power at all. She hasn't shown. Nah. I don't think she got power.
So give us a little bit of background on you and Michaela. Did you guys like fight in the amateurs? Like you have history?
Yeah, so let me tell you. So I went to the National PAL in California. That was a qualifier for the trials. So I went out there. I think the weight was at 132. I'm excited. I'm like, bet. I see Michaela's in my weight class. So I'm like, I finally get to fight her. They end up changing it, saying that it wasn't a qualifier. So I was upset about that because that was like one of my chances, to qualify. So she ended up moving up to 41. So I'm like, dang, we didn't get to fight. So there's a reason why I got to fight. And I've been wanting to fight her since the years. I'm trying to think, like, what is so special that they see in a girl? Like, I don't see it.
Well, I mean, I know that y'all are rivals. So I don't expect you to be a fan of her. What I see in Michaela that's very promising, right? Good height for 130. Good height to where, she's long. If she stays behind her jab, she could keep a shorter fighter out. I see that she has a decent right hand. It's a good right hand because I've seen her knock certain girls out with it. But I've been noticing that as things get a little bit more difficult, they not really falling for it no more.
Exactly.
I see that she has a good frame to where she could go from 30, 35, maybe 40. And she knows how to move around the ring. And she has Coach Al, who I think is a great coach. I think he's a great trainer. And I see she's a good fighter. It's just I don't know how good she is now. Now I'm like in limbo where I don't know how good she is now. Where I saw you with Christina Linarda too. So that tells me that like, I know what she could do. If she could fight with her, I know what she could do because I know Christina could punch. And when I talked to Christina, she was like, well, you the hardest puncher she ever fought.
Exactly. Say a lot for the back. You know what I'm saying?
I dig it. So do you feel that maybe they're having second thoughts? Because I saw that there was an exchange yesterday between you and her.
I think absolutely they're having second thoughts because they didn't want to choose me. They didn't want to. What other options do they have? And now that I was offered the fight and then I put it on social media to say, hey, this is what's going on behind closed doors. Now it's like, oh, damn, now she's saying something? Yeah, I'm saying something because I ain't that from you. So now they're like, damn, like, what are we going to do? They're thinking about it. They have to think about it because this is a big risk.
I mean, that's how it looks because it's like, okay, you take a risk on Maiva and it's a unification match. But let's be honest. We all got to be honest with ourselves. That's the riskiest fight at 130 right now. That's the riskiest one. Like Maiva, she's been around a long time. She has a hell of an engine. She punches hard. And I don't know. Like I don't want to just judge. Feel me? But I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, why does it feel like she doesn't want that fight? It feel like she doesn't want that fight, but at the same time, it feel like they're trying to catch you slipping. Because it's like, well, yeah, it's a great fight between you and Alycia, but Alycia hasn't even had a chance to have a tune-up fight. So you telling me that you walking away from the Maiva fight to fight Alycia, who just had surgery? How it look?
Yeah.
How does it look? Like, thought you was trying to unify.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. She don't know what she want to do. And right now, the 130 division is heavy. There's competition, and she ain't been in there with the dog. She can stay in the litter box, but she ain't been in there with the dog. Feel me? So she really gonna have to really think this one, and she can watch a lot of videos too. Guess what? All the others, you can't figure me out. I'm a way different fighter. Like today, from my loss, from my last fight in 19, I'm a different fighter. So we working on my arsenal with everything. Tall fighters. I fought a tall fighter before, and when I tell you it was my first girl that I fought that was way taller than me. I was like, dang. But guess what? That body was open and that over right hand was open. And I blacked that girl's eye the next day. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow. Like she said I headbutted her. I said, how? Girl, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying to say that regardless of what Michaela has, her height, her reach, I can fight that type of fight. And I like that type of fight. Period.
I anticipate that and this is just me guessing because I watched both of y'all come up. I would say power probably got to go to you. I imagine that she's going to want it to be a long distance fight, but I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself because we don't know if she's going to accept it. So do you feel that she's going to accept the fight?
To me, I feel like it's 50-50. I think she wants to put an act on like social media and say, I'm talking to, or I gotta do that. When in anyways, they do talk to you. They ask you, what are your views? What do you want? Yeah, they talking for you, but they still in contact with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so she don't know what you want to do. She don't. I think it's 50-50. And if it's 50-50, cool. But guess what? I'm ready. There ain't gonna be no excuses. I got the time. I've been trained. So we'll see.
I mean, it feels like where 130 is at now, the most talented fighters, yourself included, have permeated to the top. And she's reached the point to where you can't go backwards. You see who Terry fighting. She about to unify, and who she been fighting. They offered you to fight, and I guess they was expecting that you was gonna be like, nah. I mean, like, I don't know, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, well, if Alycia already agreed and y'all the ones that offered her to fight, then it's time to put the pen to the paper. That should have been it.
Exactly.
But now it kind of looked like what, y'all having second thoughts? Did y'all feel that she wasn't going to take the fight, or y'all nervous now a little bit because y'all see that Alycia actually wants the fight and she sights, like she hyped, like, yeah, I want that fight. Shit, when y'all want to do it? Now did they?
Instant yes. It was an instant yes when I got that email. I'm like, absolutely.
Now, did they give you a potential date when they would like to have the fight?
It's supposed to be for June 19th, and then it was June 12th. So either the 12th or 19th.
So. Okay. And I mean, I'm just wondering if they're gonna take the fight. Is because you know what they could do? They could do the common opponents thing too. They could walk away from this and say, well, let's offer Katarina Tendas the fight. You see what I mean? Or let's fight somebody that Terry fought, because I'm like, it doesn't actually add up that, okay, well, y'all the ones that offered Alycia to fight. Alycia already said yes, like, yeah, I'm with it. Let's fight. So what's the hold up? Aside from that, if she doesn't take the fight for some reason, what else are you looking at?
We have a lot of things lined up. We do have a TV fight lined up. I know that's available. We're ready. Regardless if she don't take the fight, we're gonna fight, and it's gonna be, sooner than later. And we're just gonna continue building. And when people see just the fighter Michaela is, the fans know, like, people know, real ones know. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do.
One question that I find that I have for you is, why not take a tune-up? Why not have a little easy one to get you back into activity? Why go into this immediately? You know what I mean? Like, or for 12 months of inactivity. You don't feel like that's an issue at all?
No. I had the option to take a tune-up, and I said no. Simply because, one, I know the fighter that I know the dedication discipline that I have. And two, I figured, why be in camp to train for a tune-up fight when I can just build that fight to June? I'm in camp. I'm preparing for a fight like I'm in camp, putting my knee through the process of if I'm in camp. And I'm testing my knee. I'm seeing how my knee reacts. I'm seeing how I'm reacting. And let me tell you, I'm feeling amazing. And so it's like I don't need a tune-up. I'm an athlete. You know, I'm an athlete first, and I'm gonna keep pushing and striving. And I just know I can beat her. That's my. I know I can beat Michaela. It's easy.
Jesus Christ. that's no, I dig it.
Damn, no, she hasn't been in there with a dog before. Like, she been staying in the litter box. You feel me? And I'm just a hungry fighter. I'm hungry. Coming up through the amateurs, I had a lot, I had 165 amateur fights, a lot of experience. I also felt like in the amateurs, I would lose some of these fights that I thought that I won. And it's just like, dang, and you would think the fighter that I am, I should be where I should be, right? But that's okay. I might be a little hidden. A lot of people may not know me, but that's cool, because when it's that time, they're gonna see the caliber of a fighter that I am. They're gonna see that, wow, she's perfect for women's boxing. She can fight, she can box, she has it all. She checks every box. So when that time comes, I'm gonna be prepared. So it's like the patience, like I said in the last interview that we had, patience is everything. I've been waiting. I've been in the gym. I've been dedicated. I've been humble. I got my head down. I've been training. So when that time comes and I feel confident in my answer, I'm gonna say yes. And I definitely felt that.
Now, what I wanted to ask about the knee is just walk everybody through, what did it feel like before the surgery that was a hindrance? And how does it feel now after the surgery? Like, what was the problem that needed correcting?
Before the surgery, again, I felt great. I know my knee was probably a good 75%. But again, I do that. But I knew as a fighter, I was going to be stepping up the position. I'm going to be stepping up the bar. And so for me to perform properly and to give myself, that confidence, that 100%. Now, I'm never going in the ring lacking. I can't do that. I took a loss, right? And I was lacking then. And I'm like, no, I learned a lesson. So I'm like, I got to get this surgery. I got to make sure that I'm 100%. I got to, make this knee just as strong and come back even stronger. And, during COVID and in the surgery, that gave me so much time to reflect mentally, what I got to do to come back in the game. And I just feel like I got this fresh new start. And so after surgery, time was just flying. Like, I'm already, what, six months already? Like, I can't believe it. Like, it's just flying. But I've been feeling so good. Like, it's really God's strength. I thank God every day for giving me the strength to get through what I've been going through. And just with the training, my PT is just so impressed. He's like, wow, like, I show him some of my sparring videos. Like, wow, you're moving so good. A lot of turning and jerking, they worry about that. But he's like, you're doing it. I'm like, I'm telling you.
No, and that was the initial thought process that I had, that, well, in a fight with Michaela, who's going to fight long range, use her jab and move around the ring, you're gonna have to chase her essentially. So I wondered, like, well, how is that going to be on the knee, because the knee just got operated on? Right. So that was like something that I looked at as a I guess an area of concern.
Yeah,
like,
and I can understand that. I know that's that may be some people's views as far as the knee, but they don't know how I feel inside. And again, if I feel like there's an issue with my knee, I will be honest with myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with myself. Like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But if I feel good and my PT seeing my progression, my coach is seeing my progression, my teammates are seeing my, that says a lot. I've been sparring in the gym. I've been doing sparring 4 minutes with the guy. They don't take it easy on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm hunting them down. I gotta move with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, I'm preparing myself for battle.
Now, what I would like is for you to put this out there, because essentially, we trying to, I guess, for lack of a better word, make the fight happen. what do you have to say to Michaela? Like to her, like, yo, hurry up, sign the contract. What would you like? What message would you like to impart to her?
Simple. Fight me. All that barking she was been doing, all that talking about, she riding the division. Kayla ain't nothing, bro. Like, and I want to expose that. Like, cool, you have a resume. You went to the Olympics. You was with USA. Cool, that's all cool. But we in the pro game now, and I knew when she turned pro, I'm like, I'm gonna fight her, and that's gonna be the time when I do fight her. I'm gonna be pro. I didn't get to fight you in amateurs, but now's the time now, and I like that. We don't got a headgear, we got smaller gloves, and it's a chance to knock the fuck out. Period.
All right.
Like Anna Devonda, I'm dead ass. Like, that's what I want to do to her.
Well, that kind of allows us to segue to my next question. Do you think you can stop Mikaela Mayer?
Absolutely.
Jeez. Woo!
If you're not having that type of confidence in yourself, get away from me.
Jesus Christ! I like now I want to see the fight. Like
is heavy. It's heavy. We got some great talent in the 130 division, and I'm part of that. I want to make these fights. I want to make these competitive fights because women's boxing needs to be there. We can't be having these mixed match fights. People don't want to see that. They don't see that. They want to see two women fighting and holding it down.
I mean, I agree.
A dog fight. We don't want no pitter patting type stuff. You know what I'm saying? They see that enough.
No, I agree because it seems that, like, when I look at what the Americans say, you know what I mean, about like, oh, the sport, the ones that want to be critical and all of that, their main thing is like, oh, mismatches. And I'm like, bro, we see mismatches in men's boxing, so that can't be it. We literally be seeing we be seeing guys that are like, bro, he didn't belong in the ring with that dude, so that can't be the issue. And that goes to your point about, like, well, a good fight is a good fight. If you put a good fight on and it's a good fight, ain't nobody gonna be worried about nothing. Now you're gonna say, oh, it was a good fight. It was a good fight between two women, good fight between two men.
Right.
So that being said,
I think also too, us being two American women in the game at 130, the division being big as it is, we need that fight. ESPN needs that fight.
I agree.
I think it's perfect. I think it's great.
I agree because you see what Eddie Hearn and them is doing. They having fights. They got they little itemized list of things that they want to happen in a certain order. And when I look over here in America, I'm like, well, ain't nobody really doing it like that. So what America needs is like, yo, put on a good ass fight, and not for nothing. Credit to Amanda Serrano and Daniela Bermudez that's going to be fighting later today. Low key, that might, I don't know. That might be a good ass fight. It's just Daniela's a 122 pounder. Feel me? Yeah. The fight is at 126. I'm like, I know what she could do at 118, 122. I have no idea what's going to happen at 126. So I hope it's a good fight.
And
but
that brings a good point. Again, the girls that Michaela fought, they've all, right? I'm a solid 130 plus. You feel me? Solid. So it's like
that's true. Helen Joseph. I remember who was it? It was an Argentinian girl she fought. She came up in weight. Helen Joseph. She came up in weight. Well, technically, it's like she did and didn't, because she fought Delphine Passoon at 130. But everybody know Helen Joseph is not no super featherweight. She be down there 118, 115. That's where she be at. And it's like, well, I saw them fights and I'm like, you know what? Michaela look good in them fights. When I seen the Brodnicka fight, what I noticed is, okay, you getting off, you landed, but she taking them shots. And we know Eva is a legit 130 pounder. So that's what kind of made me look like, yo, does she have power? Does she not have power? Because punches is landing. She punches to the body, punches to the head. And I'm like, Eva taking them shits though. Like, she taking them shits. She clinching, but she taking them shits. So that being said, just beyond this, once again, for those that don't know, if this fight doesn't work out, what can we expect to see you doing?
You can expect me in the ring no later than June, or not June. I'm sorry, probably May. Hopefully, I'm gonna be stepping back out after my knee surgery. I'm gonna look amazing and just give the fans what they've been waiting for. They've been wanting to see me for a long time now, and we're getting TV offers, so that's even better and a bigger opportunity for me um, to really show baby is in the position, obviously.
Now I have to pick your brain. I'm a boxing fan. I got boxing trivia.
Okay.
Who are Alycia Baumgardner's top 5 pound for pound men's boxers?
Pound for pound. I really don't have 5.
Okay.
I might got like 1.
Okay.
I gotta give it to Canelo. He on the top of the list,
I understand.
because he a dog. He took that one loss from Mayweather, and guess what he did? He worked from that way up, and where he's at right now is no one expected it. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but that loss taught him so much. And look, he's on the top of the shit.
No, it's true. I mean, I think it's American culture these days that everybody be so worried about an L, and it's postmodern because remember, Bernard Hopkins lost his first fight. Juan Manuel Marquez, he lost his first fight. One of the greats of American boxing history, Henry Armstrong, he lost like 3 of his first 10 fights. Yeah. But look at what he went on to do after that. Like, dude, he like an all-time great. Whereas in this era of young people, cause like I notice it's the young cats mostly. It ain't the old heads like me. It's the young cats that be like, oh, well, cause he lost. Like, bro, stop focusing on the loss and look at what happened after that. Cause look at where he at. You can't beat this dude, bro. Like, Canelo is it for now, for right now. Right. He's it. Aside from yourself, who is your top female pound for pound fighters? Aside from yourself.
Okay, let me think this one. Gotta put Clarissa Shields in there, obviously. Gotta give the credit to Amanda. And shit, myself.
That was fast. That was fast.
I don't like really like picking like who's pound for pound. I think it just kind of I don't really do that. Like if you good, you good. I don't like labels.
I understand.
Right there. The people say I'm pound and they say I'm pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not claiming like I'm pound for pound.
No, I understand. It's a recurring theme in the sport. That it's been around for I don't know how long, dog. Since Sugar Ray Robinson, they've been talking about it, and it's just a thing. Like who are the I guess the heralds of the sport, the very best because there's lots of great fighters. There's great journeymen. There's great gatekeepers. There's great champions, and then the pound for pound, the elite, and all of that. So. I dig it. So last, I want a good sound bite, a good message that's going to grab everybody's attention. Say something mean. Say something to Mikaela Mayer.
You're so funny, dog. Look, like I said before, take the fight. Let's put a great fight on. You in there with the dog. She's scared of this dog. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm hungry. Period. And that's my meal right there. Bring that ass here.
Yo, dog.
Bring that here. I'm ready. Dog, I'm so tired of sparring these guys. I want to hit a girl. A woman. I just want to one time. I'm telling you, I'm so strong, bro. Like I just been working. I'm surprised at myself. I'm just building. I'm about to be 27 in May. So, I'm still growing, still learning. And again, I want to make history, and women's, be an example for these young generations coming up. We need that. We need them to be able to more than one woman boxer. Um, and we all have stories. I have a story on my own. A lot of people don't know about, but when that time comes to share that, I'll be able to share. But what are we doing now for the younger generation? We need these type of fights. Period.
I agree because you and Michaela, and I know you don't like Michaela. I understand because you want to punch her in the goddamn face. I get it. But I do think Michaela's a good boxer. You, her, Tiara, Clarissa. I'm talking about the American girls.
Yeah.
Because the American girls, it's like, yo, dog, like I always bring this up, that why is it that when we look at Europe, they more embrace it. They embrace it more. And they're like, yo, they big them up and all of that. You see them on TV and all of that. Whereas over here, it's always a goddamn struggle when it's like, there's talented girls all over the place. Sadeja Green, Alycia Baumgardner, Tiara Brown.
Yeah.
There's this girl out of Brooklyn that just went pro. I forgot her name. I got to research her a little more. But it's mad girls over here. But for whatever reason, they just don't get the same push.
Yeah.
And it's, the only way for it to happen is to show people the fights. Put Alycia and Michaela in the same ring. Hey, have at them.
It's a great fight. You can't say it's not a great fight. If they want to push this and promote this fight, I'm telling you, it'd be the best thing they ever did on ESPN network, because Michaela ain't fighting nobody, bro.
So what you telling me is that you'll beat the shit out of Michaela on her network?
Of course.
I dig it.
I'm a dog, bro. I'm telling you, Michaela has not been in there with somebody like me at all. Not even in the amateurs. I'm telling you, like, I can't tell you enough. I just have to do it. So accept the fight. Quit talking.
I understand.
All that art been doing, I'm telling you, it's gonna be so good to shut her the fuck up. She just been talking.
I understand. I've been tracking. I've been
barked up the wrong tree. Period. And like I said before in the other interview, it will all come back around. And guess what? It came back around at the right time. So if she accepts the fight, cool. If she don't, cool. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do, because I know I'm gonna be a world champion. I know I'm gonna be on top. So think wisely, Michaela.
I mean, it kind of sounds like you telling her, you know what, if you know what's good for you, you won't take the fight. Because if you do take the fight, I'm fuck you up.
Period. Either way.
I gotta be the low key promoter. I gotta low key be the promoter, because it's like, well, a lot of people don't know the fights, and I'm trying to tell people, yo, that's a good ass fight. I need to ask for that. That's a good ass fight. I'm telling you,
it's a great fight.
Well, look, Alycia, it's always a pleasure. Hope everything works out. Hope you get the fight. If you don't get the fight, I hope you just move on from that and do something else. Whatever happens, bless you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your time.
Thank you. Thank you for always, pushing women's boxing, getting, all that out there for people who are not knowledgeable in it. And just women's boxing. I really appreciate that. So
no problem. All right, now you stay up, stay COVID free, because we ain't out of this yet.
Right. I'm on it.
All right, bye-bye.